Okay, I have already started my, have I? I'm not sure. Let me see. All right. So let me start perhaps as we started our demonstrations in Java, let's just continue on with like using NetBeans. Okay, so here we go. Let me just try to create a brand new project, right? So just say a new project, right? And despite the fact that we're going to use a swing library, it's just a simple Java application. It's naturally supported by all Java distributions, so this is the convenience that people like about Java. If you want a console application, graphical user interface application, it's still the same Java application. There's not much difference at all. All right, so this will be a demo. Well, I guess I can say this is, first of all, this is our week 2, I guess. And then this is going to be like something like MVC demo, right? MVC demo. Kind of a lengthy name, but I'll use it. Now, typically, when you're just starting up, you may be asking the wizard here to create a main class for you. But interestingly, that in most cases, when you intend to use graphical user interface, you don't want to create the main class. So I'm simply going to uncheck this and say, oh, just create me an empty shell. Finish. Right? So, all right, so here we go. We have a project to look at. In fact, this one I can close. We looked at this earlier. Right, so I'll close this one. Naturally, when it gets created, there is nothing inside the packages. There are no packages because we never created any source code. So in terms of Java packages, we could, right now, for the sake of just, because we're just trying to build like a prototype of some system, which may well be a throwaway, I'll just use one single package for all classes, but I will essentially, eventually, maybe I will switch over to multiple packages, but not just yet. So, how about this? I'll just say new and create new package and say it's a demo, right? Just a demo thing, whatever, for the lack of better idea. Again, in the future, I may change my mind and may want to rename things. Right now, it's just a demo package. So now I have my demo package. It's very natural for me to say new, right? New, and I could say Java class, but if I want to utilize the graphical user interface designer that comes with NetBeans, I can just go directly to JFrame form. We discussed JFrames on Thursday, and we know that JFrames are quite capable of displaying like a graphical user interface. So this will be a frame, right? So this will be, I'll call it frame so that we know it's a frame. And this frame will be called frame main view, right? Since we're talking about this graphical user interface, internally we can refer to it as our frame main view, which represents the entire application, right? So once the application starts, we're going to end up seeing this main thing. All right, so it puts it inside the demo package. Everything looks good. But again, this is what I'm starting is not a simple Java class. This is actually going to be a JFrame form, which means input form, which means this is a piece of graphical user interface. Okay, so this is the view that we get. Something gets created for us, and you can see that it comes up with this set of gadgets I mentioned earlier, right? Like buttons and radio buttons and text boxes and things like that. And then there's some properties that could be associated with those things. And right now it automatically switches or begins to show us everything in this design view. And design view is where basically we can start using things. Well, I guess let's just say we want to have a panel. In terms of the containers, we want to start with the panel on our form. You can simply drag and drop. See how I can drag and drop things from here to here, and then I can resize things, right? I can resize this panel, and it's advisable, especially when you want to run animations and in general, you don't want to place gadgets directly on the frame. You probably want to organize your entire user interface by storing information in containers. And this JPanel container that I just placed on the form, which is basically just a box inside the box right now. There's really nothing interesting about it. But this is where I would like to begin. Right? So then naturally I would like to save everything and just hit the run button just to see what happened. And this interesting dialog box comes up. Remember, we never added any main method to this project. We never created the main class, but anticipating that this could be a place to start the application. Actually, this graphical user interface design wizard that originally created this frame thing for us, frame class, it adds the main method, and it now asks us to say, would you like to use it? And I'll just say, yes, sure. I've never seen it, but I'd like to see what happens, right? So just say, okay, and clicking this run, and guess what? An empty window opens up, right? So it has this panel which is completely invisible. Its borders are configured to be just like, you know, nothing real for the borders, but there's no title. And right now, if I click the X button, the application exits and my output displays that, yes, indeed, it does happen, right? So let's save this piece.